Right, folks, so I'm joined here by Sean McKeon, rising Irish dart star. We're down here at the B Championships, the INDO Inter-County B Championships, and Sean is probably a product of all that. He played on the Dublin B team last year, and since then he's had a meteoric rise in the last year. He's made his Ireland men's senior international debut for the senior team. He's the junior inter-county singles champion as well, and he just got signed up by Unicorn this week as it happened. So that's a very big. How delighted are you with that, Sean? Is that a big progress for your career?
Yeah, that's a big thing for me at the moment. That's probably the biggest achievement ever in my darting career so far. It's been really a dream to be signed by a big company like Unicorn since I started playing darts. So for finally them to look at me and think, oh, they want to sign me, it's just brilliant. It's unreal, like.
And over the past year, I mean, it was only a few weeks ago you played in the junior championships. Probably last year you could play in the junior championships. Would that be correct? You got to the final of the pairs. Were beaten in the final of that. You played in the final of the singles as well, and you won that. And then earlier in the year, you also were part of the Ireland team that played in the Island Nations tournament. So, what's been your biggest achievement over the last year? Which one have you taken the most amount of pleasure out of?
My biggest achievement to date would be, I'd say winning the All Ireland singles, the youth singles. That was a big thing for me. Like winning my first All Ireland that was it. Like, and probably playing for the men's Dublin team as well. That's up there as well, and obviously playing for the men's Irish team as well. So it's kind of hard to choose, but out of all of them, I'd say probably the All Ireland.
Would you say that's because maybe there was a bit more pressure on you? As you mentioned there, you're playing against the adults most of the time now and beating quite a lot of them most of the time as well. Some good players. Was there more pressure on you then to win? Like everyone probably expected, this is the guy that's probably going to win the junior championship. So do you feel that there's extra pressure when you're playing in those?
Yeah, I'd say 25 people came up to me that morning and were like, yeah, you're definitely the favourite to win this today. And I didn't even acknowledge it. I was just like, yeah, thanks very much and all that. But as I said, I won it really, really well. Like the person who pushed me the most was probably Jack Courtney in the final, and that was it. Like.
And in terms of something else we haven't mentioned, you're also playing on the PDC Development Tour, which probably was what piqued Unicorn's interest, and they've obviously said that they see you becoming a future professional in the game. How have you found playing on the Development Tour so far, and what do you think of the standard? I mean, have you noticed it is kind of an extra standard?
The standard is unreal on the Development Tour. Like you have to be averaging 90s, 85 averaging plus, like, to be winning games on the Development Tour. You might get the odd one where you're averaging 75 winning a game, but you don't get many. I'd say I beat some tour card holders on the Development Tour this year, Wessel Nyman and Jurjen van de Velde, and I had to average 90 plus to beat both of them. Like, so, and like, that's just the standard you have to play at. Like, you have to be playing at that standard all the time, or else you're not going to do well in the Development Tour. But it's all experience at the end of the day, so I just keep going and see how it goes.
Yeah, you mentioned experience there in terms of game experience. I mean, to get up into averaging around the 80s and 90s consistently all the time. I mean, is there a part of your game that you're working on in practice or anything like that you're thinking this is something I need to improve on, or how do you actually improve those averages to be consistently getting up around the 80s and 90s?
At home, I'm only practicing my scoring, and I think that's what's helping me. And going back last year, I had a really bad patch at my doubles. I couldn't hit my doubles. And then I went home and just started practicing on my doubles, and then my doubles have been great since. Like, I'm not really missing my doubles anymore. I'm taking my chances, and the scoring's there, and it's all clicking together finally. So yeah.
So do you think at this stage it's more about game experience, so the more you play on the Development Tour, which is why it's there, I suppose,
the more,
to get that kind of experience?
The more tournaments you're playing in, it's going to benefit you, like in the long term.
Yeah, and you do see yourself as a future as being a professional in the game. Is that where you're looking at getting eventually? I know it's difficult.
I need to up my game, but like hopefully one day I might get there, and that's the plan.
So would you give it another year on the Development Tour? Will you consider Q School next year or anything like that?
Yeah, I consider Q School next year. Yeah, just for the experience. I'm not expecting anything. But I might surprise myself. Never know. I'm well capable of hitting the averages, so just whether it comes in the game or it doesn't, like.
Yeah, we know that since the start of the year, obviously this whole Luke Littler effect, you've done so well getting to the final. You're of a similar age profile. You've played against Luke a number of times as a youth player because, as I say, he's a similar age. You're probably, what, year older than Luke maybe? But have you seen a massive increase in kind of participation in darts yourself among young people in Ireland?
In younger people, definitely. There's definitely been the Luke Littler effect has really brought a load of kids in. You see a lot of academies, the youth academies now, they're getting the 50 numbers in academy. That's brilliant for Ireland especially. I'd say there's over 250 kids playing in Ireland at the moment.
Yeah. And in terms of, you've obviously, as I said, you've had a meteoric rise. What kind of tip would you give somebody, some young fella just starting out, or young girl starting in the game now? What would you say is the best tip to give them?
Get as much match practice as you can. Obviously practicing at home, that's going to help you obviously, but getting to the tournaments and playing in these tournaments against not even the men, even playing against the youths, some of the top youths in Ireland, it's going to help you a lot. Just playing against them, it's going to help your game a lot.
Brilliant. Well, someone we're going to hear a lot more of and see play plenty of games over the next while is yourself, Sean. So thanks very much for talking to us anyway. And as I say, we'll probably be talking to you a lot more in the future as well. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Very much. Thanks.